And now it's my honor and pleasure to introduce to you someone who I call a close friend, a fighter, a brilliant mind, most importantly, an incredibly congenial guest at our restaurant as well. The real Kira Davis.
Hello, California! Are we ready to get golden again? My name is Kira Davis. I'm the host of the podcast, Just Listen to Yourself, and I've known Steve for a few years. We're colleagues. And the reason why we became such fast friends is because we're both immigrants. I immigrated from Canada at 18, and we both love California. And through my time as a media personality, I get to be on different shows. I get to do a lot of Fox News with Steve. And no matter what, no matter who's talking to me, they always say the same thing. Kira, when are you leaving California? It's so crazy there, you gotta get out. And my answer to them is the same answer I give everybody. You better hope people like me stay here. We're the last thing standing between you and the crazy California everyone makes fun of. And that's what Steve Hilton is running to do. He's not running to be a personality, a media sensation. He is running to be the wall that will stand between crazy California and the rest of the country. And that's what we need. Watchers on the wall. People who will stand in front of us and take the slings and arrows while we go about our very important business of keeping America running. And right now, we've been having to not only fight the day-to-day of living, we have to fight our own government. And here in California, fighting the government is a full-time job. And I don't know about you, but I'm tired of it. So here's what I want to do, and here's what I propose. Let's send Steve Hilton to Sacramento. Let's send somebody who understands that government's job is to serve the people, not oppress the people. Let's send somebody who believes that you know better what is for your community and your child in their classroom than some faceless, unelected bureaucrat in a mythical land called Sacramento. One of my favorite, I'm a big student and fan of history. One of my favorite historical figures is Harriet Tubman. One thing I love about Harriet, two things. She loved her Bible and she loved her guns. Like a good American. But she's got a quote. She says, you've probably heard it, some version of it. She's very famous for it. When she was leading people through the Underground Railroad, she said, you know, I knew I had the right to two things, liberty or death. And I knew that if I could not have one, I would have the other. I know this sounds a little dramatic, but we are in the fight of our lives. We're in the fight of our children's lives and their children's lives. We're asking our governing bodies to preserve a future, a dream for California that we came here to achieve ourselves. And that is why I am proud to stand with Steve Hilton, because he understands that, and he understands that it's now or never. Now is our time. Now the vibe has shifted and we're ready to go. So this is what I want you to do. Everybody get in where you fit in. Get in where, figure out what you're good at, figure out what moves people, what you do, and support this campaign and support the battle to win back California. It's not hopeless. We can absolutely do it. I 1000% believe it, and there's never been a better time than now. And this is another reason why I love Steve, because it's not, with Steve, it's not about left or right. It's not about red or blue. It's about being golden together. And that's what we're going to do. Let's send Steve Hilton to Sacramento and let's make California golden again.
Yep. Now is the time. I just saw a poll the other day that said upwards of almost 50% of Californians are ready to vote for a Republican for governor. They're ready for change, okay? This only happens once. We get one opportunity, and that opportunity is now. Now, right now, we're going to introduce to you, it's a pleasure of mine to introduce Jesse Hogan. He's going to be saying a few words up here.
How's everybody doing? Thanks for coming. We all seen the numbers this last election. We've seen that the Latinos are leaving the Democrat Party in droves because we're tired of these Democrat policies destroying America and destroying California. This ain't the same Democrats from even 5 years ago. These are far left radicals. This is not the same. This is not the Kennedy Democrats. That's why you know even a Kennedy just left the party because they're far left. This ain't the same old Democrats. That's why us Latinos are leaving the Democrat Party. But I've known my brother Steve for quite a while now. I was to tell you a quick little story. He came to East LA. Imagine this. Little British guy came to East LA. But not only East LA, he came to the heart of the barrio. He came with a bunch of all Latinos. He's right there eating chicken mole with all of us in East LA. But it was so wonderful that how he was talking to all of us, hearing all our concerns. He's straight caring, a great friend, a great man. So I was just my honor to congratulate my brother, just tell him that I love him and that I'm very proud of him, and may God's will be done. And remember, Jesus is my Lord and my Savior.
Thank you so much, Jesse. That actually makes me want some mole, but we'll wait on that. So right now I'm going to introduce a quick video from the great John Voight.
Hi everyone, this is John Voight, and I know you're having a wonderful time with Steve out there, and I couldn't be more impressed with this fellow. I've gotten to know him a little bit over the past year, and he's just sensational. He's a brilliant guy, everybody knows that. Such a talented fellow, and that he's focused on California, wants to help us out here by becoming governor. I mean, this is, we couldn't be more fortunate to have a person of his caliber willing to take this on. Of course, he lives here. He's got a lovely family, and I'm part of his friendship team, and I'm wishing him the best. Much love to you all. God bless. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, John. Did he respond? All right, and now we're going to get a couple remarks here from Gloria Romero and her associate, who's also going to be saying a few words.
I am Gloria Romero. I am the former Democratic majority leader of the California State Senate. And like Bobby Kennedy and Tulsi Gabbard and Leo Terrell and so many others, I did not recognize the Democratic Party any longer, and I left. And I will tell you, I served in Sacramento, in the belly of the beast. I saw what happened in back rooms. I saw what happened as legislation was passed. And even more importantly, I saw how the people of California were dismissed and dissed. And so I want you to listen carefully today. You hear that sound? It's the sound of silence of the majority of Californians. Republican, Democrat, Independent, non-party preference, those who haven't yet registered to vote, saying, ya basta, enough. Today, with this launch, California is becoming, dare I say, unburdened by what has been. Unburdened. And it's long past time. Because California, once upon a time, was the symbol of the American dream. It was the symbol of everything that we believed in, of what we could fight for. It was almost the land of milk and honey. And I'm the eternal optimist. We will restore the sheen. We will become golden again. But we've got to get up. Use our voices. Use our votes. In Spanish, we say, su voto es su voz. Your voice is represented by your vote. And when we go to the polls in 2026, not too long from now, we're going to have a choice. Do we stay with what we know, with what has been, or do we say enough? Are we tired of all the homelessness? Are we tired of the crime? Are we tired of broken borders? Are we tired, especially as I was, of schools that promise equality for all via education, the greatest equalizer in this country? But yet today, even still, some 70%, especially of poor and minority children, are trapped in schools where they cannot read and they cannot do math. How do you dream of becoming an astronaut? Not like Katy Perry and Gayle King. This is not about a ride. This is about getting to Mars. How do we dream about going and becoming doctors and the new generation of teachers for our children? So we have a choice. And I've looked around California, and I believe the time is now. The silence is shattering. The people are standing up. And whether we are Democrat, Republican, Independent, it matters not. Because all of us, somos Californios. We are all Californians. California is an estado dorado. This is the golden state. Not blue, not red. I don't want to hear about, I'm a Republican, I'm a Democrat, I'm this, I'm that. We're looking at the content of one's character. What does somebody stand for? And in looking around, I came to the conclusion, if we're ever going to break the stranglehold that Sacramento has had on the Golden State, we need somewhat of an outsider. Yeah, he speaks with an accent, but listen to half my family. También nosotros hablamos con un acento también. This is just from across the pond. I would like to see, given the demographics of California, maybe an immigrant story. And you know what? We're going to get that with Steve Hilton. Although he came with his family in a fight for freedom and against tyranny, and he came in the legal way.
Check 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, check it. He came in through the
Check
front
1,
door.
2. Check 1, 2, 3, 4.
We're checking it. We're checking it.
Check 1, 2.
And
1, 2, 3, 4. Check.
we're gonna have a California immigrant story that I believe will appeal to all of us, because this is a land that's sacred to us all. So in conclusion, before the check sound begins, I just want to urge you, join with me so Steve doesn't have to go out and write another book about Califailure. We're gonna write about Si Se Puede, that yes we can, that we turned around California, and we did it for our ancestors, our children, our grandchildren, ourselves, united, not pointing fingers, not hating each other. We are going to make California golden again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gloria. Thank you so much.
Our little fur babies are in the house too.
Check 1, 2. I can't, look, it took about 8 or 9 speakers before Sacramento was able to hack into the sound system. So, you know, we got through a lot of good content here, but let's keep pushing. This next guest that I'm going to be introducing on video is responsible for building a coalition across the entire country through universities and beyond, obviously, that has fundamentally changed the way in which we market and we campaign across this country. And I actually think that he is, not solely, but to some degree, you know, there's a large part of him that is responsible for the victories that we saw in this last election. So it's an honor for me to introduce on video, Charlie Kirk.
Everybody, I so wish I could be there to support my friend Steve Hilton for governor, who I endorse. He's amazing. People said that, oh, you can't move the youth vote. Well, we did. People say, oh, there's no way you could flip Arizona. Well, we did. And now they say the same thing about California. I believe that Steve Hilton can and will become the next governor of California. He has my full support. God bless all of you there. I know my great friend Jack Hibbs is there. God bless you guys. Get behind Steve Hilton. Let's make it happen.
Thank you, Charlie. So this next speaker I'm really excited to announce, because this is somebody who doesn't just walk the walk and talk the talk, but they have accomplished so much for California, starting small and building all the way up to the House of Representatives. Kevin Kiley.
Good morning! It is great to be with you in the non-sanctuary city of Huntington Beach. And it's great to be able to share with you a bit about my good friend Steve Hilton and the heroic battle that he is undertaking. When our next governor is sworn in January of 2027, it will have been 16 years of unchecked, unbalanced, extreme, runaway, one-party rule in California. 16 years of Democrat governors, lieutenant governors, attorneys general, and everything else. 16 years in which the legislature's majority became a supermajority and then a super-duper majority. 16 years in which control of our bureaucracies and major cities became increasingly entrenched and monolithic. So this is not some blip. This is an experiment that has lasted a generation. How has it worked out? Are the results good? The results are we now lead the nation in poverty, in homelessness, in unemployment. These are not the things you want to lead the nation in. When Ronald Reagan was sworn in as our governor, he said California should never take second place. That's not what he meant. And now, during the tenure of Gavin Newsom, the worst governor in California history, California leads the nation in outbound U-Haul rentals. My friends, we used to be the state where anyone could get ahead, where the full glory of the American dream was realized. Now, we're the state so many can't wait to leave behind. That is the California tragedy. It's the California tragedy, but I don't think it needs to be our lasting destiny. The way to end that tragedy is simple. It's to restore a semblance of balance in our politics. It's to provide a check on runaway one-party rule. It's to get back to basics when it comes to governing. Pave our roads, manage our forests, store our water, maintain our grid, fund our police, do the things government is supposed to do. Do the things government is supposed to do them well, and do nothing else. And the best way, the quickest way, the most efficacious way to swing the pendulum of our politics back towards common sense is electing a Republican governor in 2026. So thank you, Steve Hilton, for stepping up to fight for millions of Californians. And here's the good news, my friends. Change is already in the air in California. Since Gavin Newsom became governor, over 1 million new voters have registered as Republicans. The gap between Democrats and Republicans has closed 6 straight voter registration cycles. In the last election, we ousted multiple rogue district attorneys from office, we picked up seats in the legislature, and the people of California made crime illegal again by passing Prop 36. There is a coalition for common sense on the rise in California. And Steve Hilton has been critical to bringing it together. Not just through his work on Fox News and the Steve Hilton podcast, but by founding Golden Together, putting out smart, detailed, common sense plans when it comes to water, when it comes to our forests, when it comes to public safety, and so much more. He has traveled up and down this state, winning people over to our cause. But here's the thing. We talk about common sense, and it sounds so simple. But when it comes to government, often there is nothing harder than the implementation of common sense. To actually bring about this change that our state needs, I think requires 3 things above all else. Number 1, unrelenting tenacity. Number 2, brilliant strategy. And number 3, an extraordinary capacity for persuasion. And fortunately, Steve Hilton has all 3 of those assets in spades. Number 1, tenacity. Steve is a fighter. He is not afraid of anyone. He does not back down. No amount of political pressure will stop him from doing the right thing. No obstacle of any size or shape will stand in the way of achieving his goals, or really our goals, for the state of California. Steve Hilton, number 2, is a brilliant strategist. He led a conservative movement in a parliamentary system. He knows how to build a coalition within a party, across party lines. He knows how to take hold of the machinery of government, limit its destructive potential, and steer it in a constructive direction. And finally, Steve Hilton understands the art of persuasion. We've seen him appeal to all of America on national television. We've seen him expose and dismantle corrupt politicians. But also, going back to his days as the founder of CrowdPack, he knows the art of grassroots persuasion as well, winning over hearts and minds one citizen at a time. But perhaps most importantly, Steve understands what California is all about. Throughout our history, California has been on the leading edge of our nation's culture and innovation and prosperity and so much more. From one generation to the next, this idea of the California dream has served to renew the meaning of the American dream. We've been the state where anyone can get ahead, and in this way, we have driven our nation forward while keeping it true to its founding ideals. Steve understands that. In fact, he embodies that. He chose California. He became a citizen of the United States legally in California. He personifies this idea of new beginnings that are grounded in sacred traditions. And when he looks at the state of California, he sees through the corruption and the degradation and decline. He sees unlimited potential. Steve Hilton believes California is worth fighting for. I know all of you do as well, and it's an honor to be in that fight with you. Let's make California golden again. Thank you.